Man,
With all your maintenance and car care tips, here's Brian Bishop from the Car Store.
am I glad to get off of football and talk to you?
Well, that's easy
What did you think of the Steelers' loss and the Ravens' win? I'm kidding.
Yes,
really.
exactly. I didn't even know that it happened. So I haven't even looked at sports news yet. That's later in the morning. We're going to do that. Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good morning, Brian Bishop. How are you today?
You know, it's funny because of me gigging on the weekends and my wife doing what she does. Sports Sunday has become the day that we work around the house and do other things together. And I have not been able to watch a football game for a long, long time. So anyway, let's not talk about my boring, unexciting life.
No, I want to talk about your frog gigging.
Yes, I love my frog gigging. So, thank you for making me laugh on this Monday morning. So I wanted to talk about something. I wanted to talk about your level of preparedness. Here we go. One of my favorite shows, if that's Quagmire. So what is it you should have in your car at all times to prepare for emergencies? Because as you know, Murphy's Law is...
Phone.
Oh, no. Gummy bears. My grandfather taught me it's the bottle of bourbon in the trunk.
Yeah.
He kept on wrapped in a blanket 24 hours a day because he once stopped in North Carolina at the ABC store at 5:55. They closed at 6. They locked the door. He said, from that day on, I always had an extra bottle in my trunk.
Bottle of bourbon and a shiny blanket.
Well,
This is not what you're thinking? Brian?
Well, you're close. I definitely will go for the bourbon and the shiny blanket. But here's what you're supposed to have in your car pretty much at all times. And I'm going to ask you, do you guys have it? Do you have a properly inflated spare tire with a wheel wrench and a tripod jack, so to speak? So if you had to replace your tire, you could do it.
Yes.
Okay.
Not necessary in all vehicles.
I understand that. Some have run flats, but still. What about jumper cables? Do you have jumper cables in your car?
In one of my cars, I do.
Okay, the one you don't drive.
Yes.
The one that needs it.
That's right. And do you have a multi-purpose utility toolkit that you keep inside your car?
I have a toolkit in my car.
Okay. How about a flashlight with extra batteries?
Always.
Oh, how about a reflective triangles and enough brightly colored cloth that if you have to stand out in the road, people can see you?
Comes with the car.
Oh, that's great. Compass. Do you have a compass?
On my cell phone.
How about a first aid kit?
Yes.
Do you keep, besides bourbon, do you keep drinking water?
No.
Okay, that they suggest you keep drinking water. The reflective vest, that's important. That's what, I think not the shiny blanket, but I think that's what Lee was alluding to. Obviously, like a brick charger for your phone, if you don't have your car's dead, you need some sort of ability to charge your phone up. Do you have a fire extinguisher in your car?
Sounds like a lot of work.
It does.
That's a lot of
I
stuff.
you know what? I carry a AAA card.
That you know what? Interestingly, I do too.
Your jump box for your phone,
Yeah.
I actually have a new one, and it takes care of 2 of your items.
Okay.
It's the Hercules jump box. It's a car starter, and it's an all-around battery. This thing came with 2 little clips. It will jump your car.
That's what my DeWalt is.
Those are cool.
Yeah.
Those are good.
And it's a tire inflator, mine.
I got one.
That's awesome.
Suck it. I just put oil in the back of my Suburban.
You know, the fire extinguisher, I did put a fire extinguisher in my car one time.
Right.
And it was like right in the front, like right in front of the seat.
Yes.
And it started bothering me. I was like, get rid of this thing. I'm never going to.
So there you go.
If you're really in a dire situation, though,
Yes.
and nobody's helping you, all you
Yeah.
have to do is take your clothes off. Someone's bound to call the police.
You know, nowadays there's so much stuff that we've
Seriously.
seen. I don't think we pay attention, to be honest with you. But besides all that, cold weather's coming, and I felt it this morning when I went outside for a brief moment with the dogs. They also say you should keep a snow brush, a shovel, additional windshield washer fluid, warm clothing.
Where's everybody going to sit?
That's the beauty.
How big is this car?
Let me just back it up at the door at AutoZone.
What do you have?
Load 'em up.
A two-person Escalade?
Hold on.
Lee.
I got my extra hitch.
Somebody
Lee.
just texted something in. Brian, all you need, you remember the skit, The Trunk Monkey?
Yes, I
All
do.
you
I do.
need,
Yeah.
You need the Trunk Monkey.
Well, here's the deal, Lee. Here's the deal, Lee. Not only will you be safe and prepared for any circumstance, you don't have to worry about people riding in the car with you. So it's like
There
a
you
double
go.
whammy. Sorry, I got no room. All my safety equipment's back here. The point is you're right. My AAA card in the back of my wallet right here is actually my favorite piece of equipment when it comes. However, I will tell you, sometimes towing companies are a little slower than I like when you use AAA because I think they use different rates, so you sometimes get pushed to the back. Personal experience. But the point is that with winter coming along, especially, is the reason I brought this up, We don't really live in Minnesota where you can be out in the middle of nowhere or South Dakota and you have nothing. You better have some stuff in your car if something happens. But just be prepared, because the funny thing about Murphy's Law, which everyone has to follow, is that the more prepared you are, the less likely anything bad's ever going to happen. It's when you don't have it and you need it, that's Murphy's Law that comes into play. But I thought I'd just remind everybody how important it is.
Cole's Law is?
What is it?
You ever heard of Cole's Law?
I've heard of Ohms Law, but what's
Coleslaw?
Cole's Law.
Coleslaw?
It's shredded cabbage
delicious.
and mayonnaise.
Wasn't that developed by Salmonella? I was just curious. Didn't they develop that? Great couple of
Brian,
people.
on winter products and things, I heard something today. What is winter gas?
There is actually a thing about winter. They do different proprietary blends depending upon what the temperatures are to try to keep the pollutions down. So there is a different mix of ethanol and other things and to additives to try to help. So there is actually boutique blends that you'll find in New York or big cities and other areas, because as the temperatures change, they will do that. They actually have, I guess, summer blends and winter blends.
I was getting duped for a second. Good.
No, actually, well, you probably were if you're paying a lot more for it. No, this is what you need, Big
It
Al.
could be less, actually.
It was
Not
actually
much,
less?
A couple pennies less. When winter blends out, the average price should drop a couple pennies.
Yeah, I tell you what's hurting us, though, in regards to that, not to get off the rails too much, is the fact that because you have so many different types of boutique blends that different areas want, different states, sometimes it can actually cause a backlog in the refineries, which then, of course, causes a little bit of a supply interruption, which then, of course, causes prices to rise. But yes, you are correct in regards to what we should see. Gas prices usually drop in the wintertime versus what we see in the summertime. That's also a demand issue. But hey, before I go, I have to say, for all of your maintenance and service needs, you have to come see the Car Store Service Center at 202 College Drive in Salisbury. You can actually make an appointment online at thecarstoreonline.com. Also, mytruckstoreonline.com. We'd love to earn your business. And by all means, be prepared for almost anything so you don't have to have passengers in your car. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All
All right.
right.
I feel safer already.
So do I.
Maintenance and car care tips brought to you by the Car Store and the Truck Store. Online at thecarstoreonline.com and mytruckstoreonline.com.